43.
Ooh, Ruth did that.
This Talk to Me podcast, this episode 43. I'm your host, Chris.
And I'm your host, Brittany.
And I'm your host, Jahari.
Today we're featuring Texas Representative Demetrius Walker. Appreciate you coming on.
Hey, no doubt, man. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
So, I know you started this movement. Like, what's your goals? What's your plan? Let us know why you're here, first of all.
I'm here because I'm running for Texas State Rep in District 138. That's on the west side of town. It goes all the way from Spring Branch to Katy, Texas. And I'm running on a platform of people over politics.
I saw you had the post legalizing weed.
That's, yeah. We need to legalize marijuana, man. It's, it's not a matter of if it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when at this point. And there's no reason to hold it up any further.
That's good.
I believe we should legalize it too. Everywhere.
Your motto is people over politics, and that's usually the case for a lot of politicians. They usually will come in and say, "Hey, I'm going to do all of these things for the people. It's you all over my job," and you never see those things. What makes you stand out or stand apart from anyone else that's telling us people over politics?
Yeah, you do hear that a lot from politicians, and they'll say that they're for the people, and they smile and kiss babies and lie to the public, and then behind closed doors do something different, or really operate in the interest of their corporate backers. I don't have any corporate backers. I'm out here. I'm only taking donations from the general public. I don't have any corporations that I have to go back and do favors for. I'm running as an independent candidate. I'm not running as a Republican or a Democrat because I'm not trying to get involved with the politics of either party. Mm-hmm. I'm only here to serve the truth and to follow the truth and be truthful to my constituents.
So you've always been like that as when did you start getting into politics?
Last month.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that answer.
I was expecting it.
What made you do that?
Well, I mean, I've always been interested in politics, so let me clean it up a little bit. I mean, since I was a little kid, my grandfather would, talk to me about politics, and we would debate back and forth on different issues.
Yeah, he wanted you to be a preacher. He said he's going to be a preacher or something, right?
They thought I was going to be a preacher. Preachers are politicians in a different way.
Yeah, they are.
In many aspects, but I've always been interested in holding a leadership position. From all the way from elementary school, high school, college. I've held positions of leadership, doing various different activities and different things. I've always liked public speaking, and I've traveled all around the world as a public speaker. So it was a natural fit, and based on what's going on right now in our country, the politics that's going on now, I figured, I need to do something now. I was going to wait till I got older and, I could just chill and relax. But if we look at the direction that our country's going in, I mean, it's pretty serious. I can't sit back anymore.
Yeah, whoever has that drive and that ambition to do so, I feel like they should. Because, being a politician, it's not like you... people just have that urge to want to be so. So I feel as though if you do have that urge to want to actually make a difference and be a politician, because it can get very, very thick.
Yeah, you have to have thick skin. Already, people have come out and try to say negative things about me. What is this guy doing? He's a DJ. And yes.
Oh, you were a DJ?
Yeah, I'm a Go DJ. Shout out to Go DJ High C, a lot of Go DJs out there in Houston. What's up?
So Meek is your DJ name?
Yeah. Okay. So, and I've had the nickname Meek since, pretty much birth. That was my grandmother. She came to the hospital, was like, y'all named him Demetrius? That's too long. And she said, his name is Meek.
You've been Meek ever since?
Yeah.
Ever since. But, people will wonder why would a DJ want to run for office, and why would a DJ be qualified to even run for office? And so what I explain to people is, to be a good DJ, you have to be emotionally intelligent. You have to be able to look at a big crowd of people and understand what they need to hear at any given moment. And that's what a good politician does. You know what the people need to hear. You know what's going to motivate a large group of people at any one time.
Right.
Respect. You definitely was my favorite DJ.
Appreciate it.
But I know Demetrius a long time. So tell me this: like, did you know you'd be in this position at this time?
Not at this time. You know, like I said, I expected somewhere down the line, maybe 10, 20 years from now, you know, when I was more settled down, more established, I would sit down and, you know, run for office after I retired and made all the money that I wanted to make. But, you know, it's a critical time in our country right now. We have politicians that's about to run us off the cliff.
Yeah.
And,
True.
I just can't let it happen on my watch.
Yeah.
But if you get marijuana legalized in the state of Texas, I think you're gonna get the key to the city. Your name will go down in history books.
Why do you want to legalize weed in Texas? How do you feel as though it will benefit Texas or even Houston, in that matter, legalizing weed?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, first and foremost, we have to look at what's been going on historically. So a lot of the conflict that we have on the border of Texas, you know, between Texas and Mexico, is a result of the drug war.
Right.
A lot of the marijuana that comes into the United States comes across our border here in Texas. You know, it causes a lot of crime because there's a black market for it that shouldn't exist.
Right.
You know, it's up until 1937, marijuana was legal in this country. There was no concern about it turning people into drug addicts. Man, that sounds great. That's a good feedback. Joking, but yeah, you know, up until 1937, we didn't have any problem with drug cartels and, you know, people being all afraid what's going to happen when people smoke marijuana. This issue really came about because there were some tycoons who, in particular, had interest in timber. You know, the person who owned the largest, the two largest newspapers in the United States, William Randolph Hearst, he invested in timber, you know, because he was trying to dominate the newspaper industry. And so he put all his money in that. And then his competitors said, man, we got to find a cheaper way to make paper. And so they found out they can make paper with hemp, which is marijuana.
Yeah, which is
marijuana sibling. It's not actually marijuana. And so he heard about that. He was like, I got to get this shut down, you know. And so he created this campaign and caused all this mass hysteria about marijuana. And he said, you know, the Mexicans bring this marijuana over here and they give it to the black people. And when the black people smoke it, they just want to touch all the white women. And that's why marijuana is illegal. And, you know, there's really no science behind it.
Yeah.
And so, you know, for Texas in particular, it's a very lucrative opportunity. If we legalize it here, we will have an opportunity to raise a lot of tax revenue. We have issues in terms of flooding, which I'm sure you all are aware of. And we don't have enough money to fix the drainage problem we have in Houston. So if we legalize marijuana, we look at how much money Colorado has been able to generate from tax revenue.
Yes, indeed.
We look at California, you know, they just legalized marijuana in California. They're talking about bringing in $1 billion first year. All right. You know, based on what Stephen Costello, the Houston flood czar, said, we need $650 million a year in order to manage our drainage system. And we don't have it.
Yeah.
So this is an opportunity for us. Yeah.
I mean, but also if you don't fix the drainage problems, you're going to have to pay regardless.
Right.
You know, with Hurricane Harvey, a lot of the flooding just shouldn't have happened. We still have to pay for it because now you have to pay for all the damage that is being done. So that's a good look, a good insight on why you want to legalize weed. And people, when people usually hear I want to legalize, weed, like, oh, you know, it's a very taboo subject. It's like, okay, so why do you want to do it? It's because you smoke, or what? You know, like it's just a lot of.
There's a multitude of reasons, honestly. You know, first and foremost, it's a racist policy. It's second of all, it's unconstitutional because the Constitution does not actually grant the federal government the authority to prohibit marijuana or really any other substance. If you look at alcohol prohibition, they had to create an amendment to the Constitution to prohibit alcohol. There is no amendment to the Constitution that refers to marijuana. And so it's unconstitutional, first and foremost. So we have to make sure that the federal government is not overstepping its bounds and telling us as citizens what we can and cannot do.
Right.
Thirdly, the criminal justice system. You know, there's so many people incarcerated because of marijuana.
Yeah, that's
You know, over a harmless plant.
Yes,
It's
indeed.
more helpful than anything.
I feel like it will. Yeah.
To me, I always call it a healing drug because it heals any ailment, anything.
Yeah, it's a wonder drug, you know.
Yeah.
And because it is a wonder drug, you know, there's a lot of, you know, business owners and companies that have an interest in not seeing it legal. You know, the pharmaceutical industry.
Right.
You know, they cooking up chemicals.
That man-made stuff.
Right.
They invested a lot of money into that research, and they're like, man, we need to keep marijuana illegal because, you know, if it's going to hurt my business. You know, the two top donors that donate money to keep marijuana legal actually are the alcohol industry. So, you know, alcohol, because they're like, wait a minute, people want to stop drinking beer if they start smoking weed.
Exactly.
You know, so alcohol industry and pharmaceutical industry. So, you know, and that's
because they're not gonna want those pills anymore. They can just go buy.
that's the real drug dealers.
Right.
They have women or parents that actually give their children for ADD and ADHD, and when their children have these different rare ailments, they'll sit there and they'll let their child smoke or do whatever. I feel like nothing is wrong with that because you know, I think I've said this before on the podcast before, you never want to see your child suffering like that. And then also they suffer too when they're on these man-made drugs because they have the side effects from the man-made drugs. It's not like the only side effect you really have from me puffing marijuana is that I maybe get hungry and sleepy. Other than that, that's basically it. But you're telling me that I'm actually able to not cure what I have probably, but kind of keep it at bay and not have to worry about all these other just crazy Oxycontin and like all the types of drugs that we have. And they're actually worse.
On those things too.
Yeah, they're way worse than marijuana, way worse. But and also I know it's not just the marijuana. You're not just trying to legalize weed. You're trying to fix the flood. You're trying to you had a thing about net neutrality. I am a big advocate of that. Can you explain to us in a politician way about net neutrality?
Okay, so people need to understand what just happened with the FCC. Under the Obama administration saw the need for there to be net neutrality. What net neutrality means is that nobody controls the internet. Nobody controls the flow of information on the internet. And this is important specifically for people of color because we've been able to use social media to communicate when there's been matters of police brutality. We've had people share videos of police shooting unarmed citizens and beating them up. We've been able to share videos of when the police are coming into different towns like Ferguson with tanks and hosing people down and doing all kind of evil, crazy things. And so with this Trump administration saying there's no longer net neutrality, that gives big companies like Comcast, AT&T the opportunity to say, we don't have to share that content anymore.
Right.
We can decide what gets shared and what doesn't. And they can assign a premium and say, you know what, if you want to share video, you got to pay an extra $25 a month. And who's that going to affect? The people who don't have the extra $25 a month to spare, which is overwhelmingly going to be people of color. So we need net neutrality. It's absurd that the federal government is giving corporations the opportunity to discriminate against what can be shared online, what can't. You think about this podcast could be shut down.
Right, exactly. That's why it's so strong.
People wouldn't be able to access it because they're like, yo, man, they trying to charge me an extra $30 a month to listen to your podcast. I ain't even got it. You know?
Yeah.
And so they're trying to silence our voice, and we definitely can't let that go.
Right. Yeah, they're trying to charge like $25 for YouTube. And you know, everybody's on YouTube.
That's how people get their fame.
Yeah, that's how people get. That's how people
free fame.
Right, free fame. So if they do that, then just charge. Even I said, even going down to charging for email. You know, so people don't jump on things until it happens. That's why I'm always trying to push it. Like, you all need to open your eyes, wake up. You know, we have the internet today, but we may not have it tomorrow.
Right. And
So
this is why it's critical for, especially young black and brown people to really know what's going on in politics. Because they sneak stuff in like this on us, and then next thing you know, we're like, oh man, that's messed up, but it's too late.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to get up in there. There's a few other issues, that need to be resolved. Like, we all have children. Pre-K, is not available to all children in the city of Houston or in Texas. That's ridiculous.
That is.
It's not available. If the only way you can qualify for pre-K is if you're homeless, if you don't speak any English at all, or one of your parents is in the military. And so the other kids, and those people, they need pre-K. They should still have pre-K. I
Definitely.
Everyone should have
Fundamental.
Everyone should.
Fundamental.
But what happens is the parents who don't fit into any of those categories have to come out of pocket to put your child into a private daycare.
Yeah.
And that gets expensive. A daycare is like, when kids are that young, it's like $200 a week.
20.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, trust me, I know. It's like one. Look, I
it's
did that $150 a week.
And once again, who does that affect? That affects people in our community
Right.
more than other communities.
Yeah, that's true.
So pre-K for all is something that's part of my platform. Women's rights, we see the women's march movement has really picked up steam. We see a lot of women's marches, and unfortunately, politicians have been trying to control women in their bodies for too long.
Yeah.
And it's unfair. And as a man, I have to do what's in my power to make sure that women get equal treatment under the law.
Yeah.
Well, Sonic, you got it together, man.
Yeah,
You ready?
There's a lot of things.
So I see you have a fundraiser going on. Can you tell everybody where they can find you at?
Yeah, they can find me. Well, DemetriusWalker.com is my website, and you can donate to the cause there. I do have a page on CrowdPack. It's Crowd PAC, CrowdPack. You can search Demetrius Walker, see my profile. You can donate there. Whatever amount that you want to donate, I'm not trying to pressure anybody. I say, you got to give me $50, $100, whatever you got. If you got $1, just get on board with the movement, man. We're trying to do something that's never been done before, here in Texas.
When is the voting for the vote for Texas?
November 6th.
Okay.
Yeah, November 6th. I'm on the ballot. November 6th. I don't have to run in the primary because I'm running as an independent, like I said. I'm running against a Republican. And there are 2 Democrats that are running against each other in a primary, so they're going to have to duke it out. And then once they come out of that primary, I'm going to hit them in the head and wallop them and knock them out. Let them waste all their money.
Don't waste all their energy, huh? All their energy and time.
They're not ready for me.
That's good. You promoting early,
Yeah.
like a movie. You letting everybody know you coming because you shocked me. I'm like, what the hell, Demetrius? I was like, okay.
Hey,
I was like, okay. So
it ended up being a decision. I was really weighing a decision for a few months, and it came down to the last day, December 11th. I just got in my car, and instead of driving into work, I drove to Austin, and I went to Austin and submitted the paperwork because I couldn't sleep the night before. Just so many things going on. Every time you turn on the news, you see something crazy. You're like, I can't believe this dude Trump is wilding out.
Yes.
And then I looked at in my district, the representative from my district is more extreme than Donald Trump is, because down here in Texas, that's acceptable. They've been imposing their will on us, and nobody's even been paying attention to it, to the local politics. The local politics is even crazier than what's going on
for years.
Yeah. So we gotta be involved, we gotta be active.
Active is the main word.
Yeah.
What is your recipe for success?
My recipe for success is you got to come up with a plan and execute. And that's it. Plan and execute. 100%. A lot of people just try to do things and be spontaneous and hope that they'll be successful. Now you have to plan for success, you know, and execute. And you need people on your corner. I need everybody's help. I need y'all help.
Yeah,
and I appreciate y'all bringing me on. So
well, that's why I was proud of you when I saw it pop up. I was like, man, that's what's up. Like, you need people that, you know, people of our color. I'm gonna say that word because Donald Trump, you know, everybody president. I guess, you know, I think anything's possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anything's possible.
And you know, to his credit, you know, to Donald Trump's credit, you know, he's one of the people that motivated me in multiple ways, not just from some of the outrageous policies and things that he says, but the fact that
He did it.
he did it.
That's the point.
Right.
He said, you know what, I'm going to be president. And that was his plan, and he executed that plan, and he is now president.
Yeah.
So that should motivate anybody. You know, he didn't go to school for politics, political science, you know.
Nothing.
Like,
He got it done. That's
anything you want to be.
Right. He went from reality TV to the president.
Yes.
Sorry about that. And that's the only thing I got out of him being president. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay.
It's possible. Yeah.
You gotta think about he beat Hillary Clinton out, and her husband was the president. So I was like, well, it's a no-brainer. You know, why would somebody vote for Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton been in the system?
Shoot, you just don't know. You just don't know how many people like Trump.
It's look, the only qualification to be president is that you got to be 35 years old and born in this country. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't. They don't say you have to have gone to law school or you know, served in office somewhere else. You know,
Which honestly is kind of. That means anybody can do. Anybody can run this country. That's just.
yeah.
I don't know if
That's
that's a good or a bad. Exactly. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Well,
You don't know there may be somebody more extreme than Trump that may come after him.
It may be, and it's our job to stay woke and make sure they don't get anywhere near politics. You know,
Right.
that's our job. We got to police that and say, you know what, there's no way we're gonna let somebody else like that get
I
elected.
think everybody has their eyes open now since he's been in office.
Right.
Kind of, sort of.
And that's
Yeah,
another benefit. That's another benefit of the Donald
So
Trump
I
presidency.
think it was to happen so we all could, you know, come together and because he brought out a lot of hate and everything that was just
that people thought didn't
right.
exist anymore. And you know, unfortunately, what happened under the Obama administration, everybody got comfortable. We sat back. And we're like, oh, we got a black president. You know, we cool. You know, everything's good now. No, everything is not good. There's a lot of people out there who are finally letting that racism come out that they've been trying to hold back. There's no political correctness anymore.
Money could just be free.
Exactly.
Well, y'all, this Talk to Me podcast. This is episode 43 with Demetrius Walker again. I appreciate you coming on. You gonna stick around?
Yeah, I'm sticking around, man.
Okay, we're not going on. We'll be right back. Give us like 5 minutes and we'll be right back. Appreciate y'all. We back live again. This is Talk to Me podcast. I'm your host, Chris.
I'm your host, Brittany.
And I'm your host, Jahari.
And today we have Booty by Lola on. She's actually about to give us some her exercising routine and let us know what she got going on coming up. Actually, Saturday, right?
Yes, this Saturday.
What's the name of it? What's the name of the event?
So it's Booty by Lola presents Afrobeat Fitness. You can catch it at afrobeatfitness.eventbrite.com. So what I'm trying to do is create a fun atmosphere for working out. A fun, affordable atmosphere for working out. So what I was I've been a personal trainer for over 7 years, and I've worked with different women, and usually they kind of drop off around like the summertime, mainly because of, you know, their kids or whatever it may be, or they I guess they don't have the support because they didn't get the summer body that they wanted because of different, you know, they didn't eat properly, whatever it may be. So, but I know that creating a community and having more of a group fitness instead of one-on-one would make women want to continue, you know. So I put a theme on it as far as not just do group fitness, but have an Afrobeat. I'm Nigerian, so I just wanted to put my little culture, you know.
So where you get the nickname Booty by Lola?
Booty by Lola. So before it was a thing to just have a big butt. because I'm Nigerian, like we're just kind of like born that way, but I wasn't. So I really wasn't. So I always got made fun of by my family, like, oh, she's a little flat ass. So I'm just being honest. So I always felt bad because all my cousins, they were like, you know, just all eights and cokes and whatnot and so forth. And I was just like, when am I gonna grow into my body? So yeah, I got into kinesiology, which is that just means the study of the human body, the study of the movement of the human body. And I realized that, okay, men can change their physique completely through the gym. So how come I can't just give myself these curves? God damn, bless me with it. Right. So, yeah, that's when Booty by Lola started, because I was always, like, in the gym trying to build a butt. And people were like, haha, Booty by Lola. And I was like, I'm going to keep that. Keep on calling me that. I'm going to keep that.
I like big butts, and I can't lie.
Yes.
I'm just saying, I do. I'm just keeping it, you know, that's something. That's part of the attraction. When you're looking for a car, you look for certain things in the car.
You do the features.
The features in the car. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the car, you look for features. You want to make sure the trunk open. You know, before you have to get out. You want certain things in that feature. So when you see a woman, you see that curve. You like that trunk, right?
The trunk.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So what are women going to experience when they come to, you know, their event Saturday?
All right, so you're going to get a lot of. This is my main thing. I want to build like women empowerment and integrate Africans and Americans as well. So I've seen. It's a little backstory. So when I was younger, it wasn't cool to be African. When I was like in elementary school and things like that, it was more of the African booty scratcher and whatnot and so forth. And like for real. Like, oh, you don't look African because you're not blah, 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 whatever. So, and I've seen how everything kind of changed up and everybody wants to be more integrated into where they came from. Mm-hmm. So, and then my mom always says, like, there's just something that as far as like black people and African people and how they're like two different people, they're not the same people and whatnot. So you're going to be exposed to a lot of like African culture, a lot of African songs, and see that, you know, the songs that you listen to today and the songs that you like and the drums that you like, I mean, they come from us. I mean, you are us. It's the same thing anyway, you know. So you'll hear a lot of African music. You'll see a lot of African dances and see how the nene and things like that, and how if you the African dances you'll be exposed to at the event, it ties into what's like popping right now.
So you incorporate American dance with today's dancing. Well,
I didn't even put in today's dancing because everybody knows what today's dances are. I just put in the African. Well, there's African dances, which is kind of like. This is my characteristics for it. Categorizations. Ooh, I'm trying really hard right now. But so there's like the old school African dance where, you know, my parents did, and then there's Afrobeat, which is like new school. And Afrobeat, even the music, which is Afrobeat, which is new school, is just completely different. So. It really is. It's fun. Like, you'll watch it and you'll just be like, oh, snap.
That's why I asked you earlier.
Guys can participate too.
Yeah,
most definitely.
That's why I asked you yesterday, is it kind of like, because I know I've done Zumba before. Right. Is it kind of like Zumba? Oh, and I've also did like the workouts, the Brazilian butt lifts with workout and stuff. Right. So is it kind of like that where, you know, like I'm kind of shaking my butt to get to fitness?
Yeah, God, shaking your butt to get the fitness, shaking the butt to make it bigger, like shake and grow. But yes and no. So what I'm trying to do, I've realized I did my competition on what's going on in Houston. When I first started out, I thought I was the only one doing Afrobeat fitness. Just Afrobeat dancing in Houston, and then I did more research throughout the week, and I was just like, okay, there's like 1 or 2 people out there that's doing it. But these are dancers. They're choreographers. They've been in like Afrobeat artists, you know, music videos and things like that. I'm not a dancer, I'm not a choreographer, but I am a personal trainer. So what I'm doing is Afrobeat fitness. I'm throwing the Afrobeat in there just to give it a theme, and you can get the dancing, you can have fun, but you are going to get the fitness aspect as well. So expect the planks and I'll do wall push-ups to start off, and like lunges and squats and different, I'm gonna throw it in there, but I'm not gonna kill you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna kill you.
I got a question. So since you're a personal trainer, you got the Afrobeat fitness. Do you bring diet into that too? The African food, you incorporate that with the Afrobeat fitness.
See, with African food,
Good question.
I had to.
There's something in the food, man, that it contributes to the natural, brings out the melanin to its full potential.
The melanin to its full potential. African food is bad for you. It really is. I'm gonna put it to you like this. The way we eat, we'll take a whole plate of rice and then put some sauce on it, and then like overboil the vegetables, and then put it in there, and then now you just got carbs that taste really good and it's spicy. So, or you'll have what you'll call what y'all know is fufu, but there's like it's different like forms of it, and that's just a bunch of carbs with some tomato sauce and like a bunch of meat. You know what I mean? And it's like it's too much carbs.
But
and
is that not an ingredient into the
why Africans look the way they look?
And maybe because you eat different food,
I guess that's
and
why
they look different
we
ways.
find in New Orleans too, because we like gravy on everything.
Everything.
We put gravy on everything. Gravy on turkey necks, gravy on chicken, gravy on turkey wings. What you do, turkey parts? What they do? All types of stuff with the gravy. The gravy with the meatballs.
Right.
And then you just dance to mold it into shape. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's doing it right. Everything is in proportion. It works out for those in Africa when they ate like that in Africa. It's a different type of lifestyle. Let's just put it like that. They had to walk around more, and it's not. And then they came here and still ate like that. And then now you grow in the bellies and things that they didn't have when they were back home.
Yeah.
So if you're going to eat that much carbs, make sure your everyday living requires you to need that much energy.
True.
Food is energy, and we should sometimes think of it that way. Yes, it's good and I love it, but it's energy at the same time. So if you don't need that much energy, lay off a little bit. Yeah. So everything's in moderation. So you can still enjoy your African cuisine, but let's do a handful of rice and a lot more vegetables, and let's not boil all the nutrition out the vegetables. Get a little crunch in there, just a little bit.
Let's move on.
yeah, just a little less, right? And then throw in just more greens, more vegetables, more. You don't have to get full off of carbs all the time. Not all carbs.
Yeah, real quick, this day show. I'm just a guest on the show today, but
but he acting like he a host, y'all.
Right.
the host, Demetrius.
I'm not gonna say anything else.
we just play with you.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to discuss it real quick. You mentioned that a lot more people are becoming aware of their African ancestry.
Yes.
And I see, like Ancestry.com. I did Ancestry.com last year. I found out I'm 33% Nigerian.
Okay.
39% Ivorian. So,
Okay, my brother.
Exactly. I went and got my little, green and white flag now.
Okay.
So, making sure that you told me the food is bad, so I gotta cut back on it.
No, you can eat it. It's just everything's in moderation.
Eat it every day.
Moderation.
Right, but I mean, the music right now. I'm also a DJ.
Okay.
Go DJ me, and the music goes off in Houston. I mean, it's serious African clubs. There's African after-hour spots.
Actually going out tonight at Prospect Park, Nigerian night tonight.
Nigerian night at Prospect is legendary. You got Cloud 9 out on the west side of town.
A good place for you to be tonight is Prospect Park, Lola, because you can definitely advertise your Afrobeat fitness and plug that into. Give us the date, give us the time, give us all that.
All right, so September 13th, this Saturday at the meeting.
January 13th, baby. It's not September.
I'm sorry, I got a lot going on in my head. I don't know
whatever that's something going on September 13th. You ain't gotta tell us about it right now. Just don't tell nobody.
But in January,
the whole year that went by.
God, push this
you skipped over Labor Day.
like 2018 did not happen. No, January 13th, this weekend, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So this is what's going to happen. Because I've been promoting at clubs, I understand that, they go by club hours. So doors open at 11, class start at 12. But I put on a flyer 11 to 2 because I expect people to trickle in. Mm-hmm. Now, as far as the working out aspect, I understand that I invited a lot of people and I did a lot of like one-on-one promotion where I just talk to people and I say, hey, come through. They haven't worked out in a long time. So you're not going to work out for 2 hours straight. I'm going to catch you maybe a good solid 30 to 45 minutes, but it's going to be an hour with no breaks in between. So people can enjoy themselves and still sustain and not be like, I'm not coming back because I just died, Mm-hmm. And then it'll be an hour after that. It'll just be like kind of a mixer. Not kind of a mixer, but, God gave me the gift of prophecy. And what he told me to do for this class, or what I'm trying to start off, or what he gave me the opportunity to start off, is to just talk to the people that he brings to the building as far as whatever he asks me to say, just talk to them. I want to empower our women to, but 2018 is the year of restoration. 2018 is the year. I feel like even Harvey happened for a reason. It was a purging, it was a cleansing in order for there to be a rebirth in 2018. So yeah, and not just get your health right inside as far as your fitness and physiology goes, but get your health right mentally, get your health right spiritually, get your energy right, get everything right, make sure you are in love with you in 2018 and onward. So I want to go ahead and push that, and not even like in a narcissistic way, you're in love with you, but one of my mottos is feel like royalty. And I'm not saying you're not royalty because I want you to feel like royalty.
That's mine
but it's
too. I like
that is definitely her girl. That is Jahari all the way.
But yeah, I mean, we are all royalty, of course. We're all in the kingdom. But at the same time, we don't always feel like royalty. We don't always feel like we're worth it. We have a dream, but we don't go for it because we don't feel like, it's not ours yet, or we shouldn't go for it because life, whatever it may be. So it's like, be in love with your creator, and that will help you be in love with you in order for you to walk in your purpose. So I just want to spread whatever message he wants to give me that day, and just talk to the women and make sure that they know it's a community. Don't just come through and work out and leave. Like, come through, talk to people. We are all here for the same reason. If you're going to come through to work out, you here for the same reason. Doesn't matter if she's whatever and she looks like this or whatever it is. Everybody wants us to be better. Mm-hmm. So y'all can, be one at being better. And then I'm gonna capitalize off of the Black Panther movie coming out, because I know everybody gonna be hella Afrocentric after that. So
I already got my Afro wig. What?
She said my Afro wig.
I got my whole outfit ready for that movie.
Oh my God.
Why everybody dressing up?
Head to toe.
Why not?
I just wanted an Afro wig in general.
Oh, okay. I just wanted.
Why not? I mean, this is the first movie this is the first black movie that has a big budget. Every black movie, we've always had to pull money out of our, I don't know if I could say that, just to make it great.
Yeah, you can say ass.
Just to make it great. But now we have a major budget. We have a blockbuster budget for a blockbuster movie with the all black cast and the all black everything. All black everything.
Yeah, that's
huge. Amazing.
This is huge. I'm not gonna even lie. It is.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Well, this is Talk to Me podcast. Appreciate Booty by Lola coming on, showing us some love. Afrobeat Fitness, right?
Afrobeat Fitness. So afrobeatfitness.eventbrite.com. afrobeatfitness.eventbrite.com. Saturday 13th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come through. It's a workout. Don't come in heels and whatnot. You're going to break your ankle.
Come through well.
Media Block, 6023
Yeah.
South Loop East Freeway 77033. 6023 South Loop East Freeway 77033.
Ladies, you heard it. Come get that ass big. Come through.
Where can they find you at?
Booty by Lola _fitness on IG. Lola Profit on IG. Profit like gains, like money gains. PROFIT. And Lola Munis, MUNIS on Facebook if you do that.
Okay, you gonna stay with us for the rest of the show, right?
Sure, why not?
Okay, so Brittany about to hit us with the gossip. Of course, my favorite part of the day.
Because you're messy and petty.
I'm always messy. I'm messy and petty. I like
He is
that.
petty.
He messy and petty. Jocelyn Hernandez will be having her own show.
Oh my god.
I know.
I like
I
that.
think I like
You don't
this
even
show.
understand nothing she's saying.
Oh my
I love the Puerto Rican princess. You know, look, she feisty. She speaks her mind. She a boss. I'm not gonna lie, but she is having her own show because you know she broke away from Stevie. She broke away from Stevie, and she's doing her own thing. Her new show is really will focus on her being a single mother and actually trying to get her career in the music industry going.
No, VH1?
Yes, I think VH1 is doing it again. So you know, this is her second time actually trying to have a show from away from love and hip hop. She did pretty good. I think that her and Stevie did something or something like that. I don't know. I don't even remember the show like talking about because it didn't stay on air for a long time. So she's trying again, but. Shouts out to her. I feel like Jocelyn is a woman of hustle.
Yeah.
She did come from a place of hustle. You know, she was dancing, so she just turned. I feel like she turned that dance hustle into something else.
You gotta respect her. I respect
Yeah,
her.
I do. I
gotta respect the hustle.
I respect her. I respect the hustle.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know?
respect the hustle.
You heard what we said. Respect the hustle. We didn't talk about. We didn't say Anyway, Rich the Kid's manager was arrested for threatening to behead flight attendants, y'all. So he was on the plane and he was trying to go to the restroom when they had the light on for them to stay in their seats. Well, I guess he had to pee really bad because he just got up and went back there, and the flight attendants was like, "No, sir, you have to sit back down." He caused this whole ruckus on the plane, so they had the police waiting for him because he was threatening to behead all of the flight attendants.
Oh wow, they're lucky they didn't strap him and put them cuffs on him.
Yeah, they did. Well, I mean, once he got off the plane,
Because nowadays when other passengers get unruly, like everybody else jump in, he lucky he survived to get off that because they would have just.
But also he started this thing saying that it was a racial profiling. Oh, I'm fair racially profiling.
No, sir, you got
nigga,
on,
yes.
and I told you.
Well, wait, what was he supposed to do though? Was he supposed to pee on himself if he could?
No. Okay, Demetrius, come on now, Demetrius.
He might have really had to go.
You've been on the plane,
Demetrius. Have to go crazy.
Demetrius, he's a grown man. He can hold his pee.
Hey, I'm not saying he should have went crazy and flipped out, but I'm saying maybe it was an extreme emergency, and he was like, I'm going to pee on myself. I'd rather.
He could have just went. He didn't have to just go psycho on him. You can just go.
Well, I mean,
I can't hold you down and say no. You cannot go to the bathroom or else.
Okay. I wasn't there, so I don't know what really happened.
Me either.
I'm just trying to
That's why it's called gossip, Demetrius.
Hey, I'm just trying to look at the other perspective here and make sure that we're not just criticizing this man and we don't have all the facts and consider his point of view as well.
I mean, beheading though. That's a
beheading.
Man, he would have got some hot coffee thrown over him. I'm serious. Like that's a threat. That's a threat.
He might have drank a whole bottle of vodka or something.
He on my plane.
Well, you should never did that. Come on now, you know good well you about to be on this plane. You know the procedures of a plane. You know, and he's Rich the Kid's manager has been on a plane multiple times. We know the procedure. If you have to go potty before, and then you know good and well you have to sit in this seat, and you have to strap on.
Maybe he snuck up on. Maybe he snuck up on.
To me, he's acting like a kid.
Or maybe he had to do a number 2.
And Demetrius is over here sitting here.
That's not to do on the plane. I don't want to smell that. That's just rude.
I am about to take up for my fellow flight attendants. You get up and go and ask to go to the bathroom and fasten seatbelt sign on. I can tell you the fasten seatbelt sign is on. I can tell you yes, and I can tell you no to go to the bathroom.
Right.
So therefore, he could have went. Even though I said no, he could have went, but he didn't have to go crazy like he did.
Yeah, you're right.
Talking about cutting off people's heads.
That's
Right.
Come on now.
That's a threat, and that's a federal offense.
But he might have ate some Taco Bell.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
That's what I'll be heading people. Anyway.
That beef stogie.
But he wasn't in his right mind though. He wasn't, he ate something and it wasn't in his right mind, and it had to come out, and he just was like he wasn't trying to hear it.
I feel like Demetrius. Anyway, so the hackers been hacking into Offset's iCloud, whoever this person is that then hacked into all this stuff and found out that he been doing little funny business with other people. He's been cheating on Cardi, and they actually had their little thing where he saw a video with him with another woman and pictures and stuff like that.
She said you gonna lose your wife.
Yeah, this has been going on for about a week now. Now, whoever has hacked into his iCloud, they have like stuff going on in segments. Like this shit kind of funny to me, but it's not, I guess, because they have stuff going on in segments. So one segment they'll sit there and leak. It's like 2 or 3 things of him, and then a week later, they'll sit there and they'll leak some more stuff. So Cardi B basically, because everybody's like, why isn't Cardi B saying anything? Like, why is she so quiet about this? So she finally came out because she's a person that's boisterous anyway. So people are trying to figure out why she don't have nothing to say. And basically, this is what Cardi B say. It happened every day, B. Like this happens every day. It's just because I'm in the public eye, y'all are able to see my man cheating on me and my man doing all these things. But I mean, a regular person, it happens to them every day, and I'm a regular person too.
I'm just trying to.
I feel like.
Hey, but it's 2018. Why people still film themselves? Trying to pretend the internet don't exist, like it can't get out.
Yeah, you're right about that, but I guess she just wanted to give her man something to hold on to. I don't know.
But no, this is what his
Yeah.
He got caught. This
is the video.
Oh, you're talking about the other video. You're talking about the video of the person. The other person.
Yeah, the videos with why would you, if you're in a relationship?
Exactly. It's just not smart.
Yeah, this is
what he probably done, because there are apps. There are apps where you can actually hide those different videos, those different text messages, and those different pictures. There's an app for that. Like, it looks like a regular app, but you click on the app and you can sit there and put your fingerprint on, or put your number. Yeah, you know how I know about this app? Because I gotta go find out what these niggas doing. I'm just so sick and tired. Yes, but they have different apps, to do different things. So he may have had another app that Cardi B wasn't able to see.
Oh, there is apps where you could lock
certain things.
You can lock certain things.
You can lock photos, videos, text messages, phone numbers.
I don't have it, but
so
I know about it.
I gotta put a disclaimer out there. I'm running for office. Y'all don't even bother hacking my phone, because I don't got no videos and nothing like that. I don't have any special.
You
apps.
bored?
And I ain't saying I'm boring. I'm just saying, I'm I thought about running for politics, a long time ago. So,
So you had to
clean up.
You got to be smarter. Nah, matter of fact, y'all saying I got to clean up. I had some people reach out to me and say, hey, man, don't you think you want to clean up your Instagram and your social media? And I'm like, look, I got nothing to hide, man. I'm a regular person. I want people to know I'm a real person. I'm not one of these politicians that go out there and pretend to be all fake and, and imperfect. I'm an imperfect person, but but don't hack my phone because it's not there.
Yeah, that's what basically Cardi B was saying. She's a regular person just like everyone else. Yeah. So I know a week ago they did say that. Oh, was it a week ago? It was less than a week ago. They were talking about the Kevin Gates prison release. Did he get released today?
Yeah, it was today, right?
Today. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was trying to ask y'all, because I didn't know if it was true, because they usually push back his stuff. They'll say, oh yeah, well, we're releasing Kevin Gates Wednesday, and then they say we're releasing Kevin Gates in 2 years.
That's because he had another charge.
Right, okay. Well, shout out to them. Because I know they're going to be, boy, they probably going to have them another child.
True. Of course, this is my favorite moment. Every moment I have a everybody hates Chris moment. And, of course, y'all hear that. Well, today, there's two things I hate. Y'all might hate the same thing I hate. We just talked about one of them was when you're in a relationship, not even in a relationship, and women try to hack your phone. Okay, I'm not finished yet though. After they hack your phone and they see what they're looking for, they don't do nothing.
Right.
So why hack the phone? And we're gonna come back to that topic.
Oh yeah, we're gonna.
The second one is when you go out on a date, dinner, you don't know, when you're a waiter, you don't know if this guy is dating this girl, the the two guys, or the two girls are dating each other, and they bring you the check, and they hand you the check, and they hand it to the guy. And I'm not saying I don't want to pay, but put it in the middle of the table. You don't know how my bank account's set up. Put it in the middle of the table. You know what I'm saying? Don't give it to me, because then I gotta ease it to her.
It's true.
You feel me? Because she might be paying that day, so I gotta okay, that's for you, baby. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the middle of the table, right?
Equal rights.
I might be the stay-at-home dad. She might be the one that got it. You don't know my life, how my life's set up. So when you sit the tab down, don't sit it on the right hand.
It might just be your friend.
It might just be my friend. You know what I'm saying?
No, seriously.
So I feel like you judging me. Like, don't sit it right.
Yeah, don't judge me. Like, yeah.
That's two things I hate. So we could go back to the first topic. I created an app. Well, somebody created an app. When somebody goes to your phone, it takes a picture of you. So when you get up in the morning, you will see if she looked at your phone, it'll be her face like that. Her face will be like that. And she don't know the phone taking a picture because it don't flash. It just look at you trying. You started trying and you started taking a picture like 10:22, 10:23, 10:24. Wow. You try to get that bitch like 30 times. I looked at the app that morning. I'm like, what the fuck is she trying to find? And it's crazy. Like,
see, they have apps for that.
But while we sleeping, they got people thinking of crazy shit that's going on.
Yeah.
That brings us to the fact with Cardi B. People cheat every day.
Every day, B.
Every day. So I don't no perfect relationship. They got people in marriages and in boyfriend girlfriend relationship that have been cheated on. They just haven't brought it out to the public.
That's why Cardi B, she did say that. She did say in the article that I was reading, she was like, nah. And I'm going to be vulgar and explicit with this, but this is how she said it. She was like, man, niggas cheat every day. She said, how am I going to sit there and she said, stop talking to him and then go fuck another nigga. And then, like, you know, they're going to do the same thing to me. She said, so.
No, not necessarily.
It's just about the respect.
I wasn't how you do it, Cardi.
I know, Cardi.
Are we normalizing?
We're not normalizing.
I think we are.
We're not normalizing, but at the same time, you all, I am a person of real. I think real into a situation. If you've been married or you've been with a person for a long time, y'all go through y'all stuff. Now, I'm not saying that you should sit there and cheat every day, cheat all the time, and I'm not sitting there giving you a pass to cheat either. I'm just saying that all of us are human.
Okay.
So you can't sit there and judge someone on doing something when all of us are human. Now, does that human need to be punished for cheating? Hell yeah. That's why I said sometimes as women we need to learn how to punish, because we need to learn how to if someone's doing something to us that we do not want to allow, then either you do not let them do it to you, or you train them to show them to not do that to you.
I mean, there's men in the room.
You just leave. How about that?
I'm just saying. So there's men.
And you leave too. But I mean,
I'm not saying what nobody that's gonna then cheated on me, because you have to live with that the rest of your life. I don't want to feel like he telling me he going to the store. I'm thinking you going meet your side chick or something.
I'm letting you know.
I don't want to live like that.
I'm letting you know that honestly, the person whoever. I'm not saying that. I'm not giving a hall pass, y'all. Don't.
No, I know
feel
you're not giving the
feel
hall
what I'm
pass.
saying. But men are men, and they're going to be men, and women are women, and we're going to be women. So you can move around 25, 30 times. You're going to be moving around 25, 30 times, and when you find that 31st man,
So
he's going to be.
accept it because you thinking he gonna do it too?
That's why I told you need to learn how to punish and put him in his place. Because a lot of men are they have animal instincts.
Does this make it okay?
It does not make it okay.
That's what it sounds
It's like let boys be boys. And when you see a little boy just tearing up the room, oh, he a boy.
No, you beat
that ass up.
you beat his ass. You make him pick up his toys, but you know good and well he gonna fuck his toys up tomorrow.
But
You know he gonna.
just like you said, if you find out that your man is cheating, so you're not going to leave him, because if you leave him, then you're gonna go get with somebody else, and then you thinking, okay, he gonna do the same thing to me or to that man, so I might as well just stay in this relationship.
That's what I'm not saying that.
I know what I'm saying.
But that's what Cardi B is saying.
No.
But I do want to interject a little bit. Like I said, there's men in the room. If you cheat on your woman and she punishes you, but she still keeps you around, to you, is that really a punishment? I'm just saying.
Slap on the wrist. They'd be like, oh, she ain't gonna leave me. She ain't gonna do it, so I'm gonna do it again.
My thing is, with my experience, men, this is how they work. If it's not a dire, how would I say it? If it's not if the reaction is not like big enough, if it makes sense, if they're not actually losing anything from it, because they'll take a slap on the wrist, they'll take you yelling, they'll take all that. They've been raised by their black mamas, so it's okay. But if it's not like I'm gonna leave you, they have no reason to change. In their head, if they got over it, I can't even speak today. They got away with it once.
They're gonna try again.
They're gonna try it again. Oh, you took me back. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. The second time it was a mistake, but now it's like, okay, she gonna say, regardless of what I do, I know she gonna say. So I don't have to be as careful as I should.
Y'all, I'm talking about. I'm talking about
the woman.
That's the reason. No, that's what I said in the beginning too. When I said, this is the first attempt, y'all. Like the first attempt. Like I know if you've been with somebody for years and then they sit there and they do something, it's like, okay, that's a first attempt thing. We've been together for years. Okay. Am I going to sit there and leave you when I have time invested and all these other things? You have to think about that. Like, we're not in relationships. We're single. So that's the reason why.
I don't care if you've been together for 20 years and you cheat on me, I'm out the door. Because you go back to that person that you cheated with. If you didn't care about our house, you didn't care about our home, you didn't care about our family when you stepped out. So therefore you go and you go do that.
I would say, honestly, if I was married.
If you're married, you have to think about
I will. And I don't want to say it. I don't want to put that energy out there, but marriage is marriage. Marriage is till I die. That's how I see to it.
You stick to your vows.
If we're not married and you messing up already, like I'm.
He didn't stick to his.
I wish it was like that, but it's not like that anymore.
Yeah.
That changed like years.
That's why I say a lot of stuff has changed.
I'm not gonna sit in no relationship, whether you my husband or not. If you cheat on me, I'm out the door. Like that's
you got the experience in that. We know.
Hey, I just said people need to be in healthy relationships.
Yeah,
that's it. That's
I mean, but Demetrius, I feel like people can be in healthy relationships and they still slip up. You know, we're human.
Yeah, we
ain't no slip up.
Look, Jahari.
Cheating is not no slip up. They ain't like
women
I made a mistake and slip up.
It's slip up.
Women
ain't no slip up.
It's slip up.
No.
Women cheat.
Oh, trust me, I know women cheat too.
Women cheat.
Beyonce took Jay-Z.
They'll sit there and cheat.
She is not the standard. Let's stop it.
I'm just saying, it happened.
You can still. I'm not, like I said, I'm not giving a hall pass for cheating, but we're all human, y'all. We have to understand that sometimes we have temptations. It's not understanding
She's
it.
not trying to share.
It's not.
She was like, I'm not budging.
It's not.
I gotta sit there
And look at you every day.
So this nigga done been with you 20 years, never gave you a fucking reason to sit there and do nothing. And he sit there, hold on, Jahari, and he sit there and he cheat on you one time. Nigga, if that nigga been there for you 20 years and has been showing you what he has shown you,
and Jahari, one time he could kiss my ass and get out of my house.
Jahari,
You see a fire in her eye? She's serious.
Totally different right now.
I'm not accepting that from nobody. I could be with you for 50 years. 50 years, and you gonna cheat and stop out on me with another
a lot of our
woman?
grandmas and our grandpas
Nah, my
now.
status too high for that. I'm sorry. I don't need no man that bad.
It's not needing a man.
Exactly. No, I don't need you. Peace out.
It's not
There's
needing.
another one that's gonna be knocking on my door in a minute that won't.
And he just
And he's gonna be cheating too. Exactly. He's gonna be fucking cheating too.
One time,
He's gonna be fucking cheating
somebody
too.
can slip up.
Why would you accept that though?
It's not saying you accept it. You don't know the situation. Anything can happen.
I don't care. Ain't nothing. Cheating is cheating. Ain't no slip up.
I love this fire.
No, I'm sorry. It's no. Cheating is cheating. You knew what you was doing when you did it.
A whole nother person came out. You should be scared to cheat on her.
But let me present something from a different alternate perspective.
Maybe you can't because
I'm
she not.
Hit her with the politics.
Because think about this. Monogamy is a modern invention.
It is a modern
It's a
invention.
modern invention.
Here we go.
It's invented by culture. And I'm not saying this to justify men or women cheating, but I'm just telling you how culture and society has operated for hundreds of thousands of years.
I don't care.
Up until maybe the last few hundred years, where, the modern invention of marriage came from, it was a money transaction. Really.
Yeah.
It was a financial thing. It was, I had a daughter, and I'm like, man, I'm trying to find a good enough guy's family that got some money so that my daughter is going to be comfortable. So I'm going to make sure my daughter gets married. You know what I'm saying? That's where marriage came from. But prior to that, people weren't monogamous. People did.
It's because we are animals, mammals, and guess what? People other than humans, lions, tigers, all that, they don't have no fucking wife. They don't have that, Jahari. Like they go in and produce. It's
Marriage is beautiful, though.
It is.
Marriage is a beautiful thing.
You basically giving them a hall pass.
No,
He
when
like,
you
okay,
find
he did that one time. He ain't gonna
It ain't even. It's not even he though. It's not even he though, Jahari. It's person. It's person.
It could be man, woman. It don't matter. It's wrong, and I'm not about to sit here and give you a slap on the wrist and be like, okay, baby, it's okay, we'll get through it.
Nah,
I do want to say something, because you said it is a modern invention or whatever it may be. All right. So, and you're saying that we are naturally who we are. Okay. All right. So when you get cheated on, no matter if you cheated before, you didn't cheat before, you was monogamous, even if you in a situationship where both of y'all know that y'all situations, right? And then you end up
The
cruise ship. I don't know, that's bad. But and then you ended up running into their other situationship. Don't you naturally feel a certain type of way?
You do.
Naturally. So I'm just saying, if you're naturally possessive and you want what you want, then that means naturally we're meant to be 1 and 1, not 5 and 15, whatever it may be. I'm naturally.
But if that's the case, if that is the case, then why don't both of us feel like that? You know what I'm saying? Like men feel like that too. Men feel like that too, but I feel like women, we naturally feel like that. Like it takes a man some time to sit there and get him.
Scientific evidence proves that men feel the same thing as women do. We just express it more. They have the same feelings. They're built the same, pretty much. They just express it differently. They feel.
I'm gonna move around because you know what? Look, if she was dumb enough to cheat on me, she done missed out on her prize. I'm gonna let him go off into the wilderness.
Y'all don't feel like all of this is this is just, I'm telling y'all in the opinion of, it's not my opinion and not how I would live my life. It's just that what I've seen.
No, I get it.
And what I've seen in society in the past couple of years. That's what I'm talking about. So don't think like, oh yeah, like I don't care if my nigga cheat on me. Oh, guess what? That nigga is he know good and well.
But again, like you said, it's double standards. It's okay for a man to do it, but once the woman cheats, it's like you killed his mama, his dog, his children, everything. Like,
yeah.
So
like
why am I supposed to accept it? Too. You know what I'm saying? Why am I supposed to?
They're not going to accept it.
Absolutely,
they're not. They can't throw that away. Men can't let shit go.
Hey,
they don't know how to do that shit.
Nobody should tolerate dishonesty or lying in a relationship.
No, not at all. Not at all. It shouldn't even be built on that. No.
So you learn your lesson and then you move around and you find somebody that you're more compatible with.
But I always talk about moving around. You know, I always talk about that.
But I do.
But I feel like if you're meant to be with a person, then y'all aren't really gonna want to cheat on each other. Like y'all are gonna feel each other so much.
You gonna talk about it?
Yeah, y'all gonna feel each other so much that it's just like, man, I'm not even worried. Y'all gonna be so transparent with each other that you're not even worried about nobody else. You're just worried about pleasing that person because you done found that person to fulfill you. So,
but I see where you're at though. People, not to get too deep, but everything's a spirit, and sometimes. If you're not filled with what you're supposed to be filled with, something else could jump in.
Yeah.
So a certain situation may happen where you'll be like, and you always see it in movies, like, I don't know what happened, it just happened, and I didn't mean to, like, I love you, blah, blah, blah.
It was just lacking. You wasn't used to that at home, so you still got it from somewhere else. That's what it was.
But the thing is, you let your guard down enough that you let something else take over you, and now you're making decisions that's outside of your character.
Right.
So I feel like today is very much censored, too censored, and I'ma do me. Like, I gotta take care of me. I'ma do me. I don't need nobody else. I'ma do me. Black women, we're the most educated. We can do everything by ourselves, and of course the government supports it because the vision is so much more better, because united you can't divide something that's whatever it is. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. Okay. But yeah.
Well, this Talk to Me podcast, this is episode 43. Of course, we got Demetrius Walk On.
Vote for me.
We got Booty by Lolon. I appreciate y'all stepping in. We got February 12th. We actually have our first annual speed dating class.
I'm going to be in it.
I would love for everybody.
Lord, the non-cheaters come on and get your
I don't know your status, but if you can be there,
slap fire out you.
The support. It's 15 bucks. We all participate. Are you? Matter of fact, are you single?
Yeah, I'm single.
Okay, well, I want to see you there.
Demetrius?
I'm in a relationship.
Oh, well, you can't come.
Yeah,
you can't come.
I'll donate to the cause. Yeah, I like seeing people, connect.
If he has something,
it's actually a fundraiser for us to raise money. We think in different ways. We don't get paid for this. Again, we're looking for sponsors. By the way, we got shout out to our sponsor Ashley, my favorite hygienist. She's our sponsor for 2018. Appreciate you,
Ashley.
And we're still looking for sponsors. But on February 12th, we got 2 sessions: a 7 o'clock session and an 8 o'clock session. And it's $15. Y'all come out to the Alley Cat, 3718 Main Street. And meet you. I told you might meet your husband, or you might meet your wife,
2 days before
or your
Valentine's
boyfriend.
Day,
2 days before Valentine's Day. You might meet your snack right before Valentine's Day.
Not a snack, a meal, a steak 48 meal.
No, that's another type of meal, right? You ain't meet that at a speed date.
How you know I'm better?
Yes, we gotta bring the boys to
you gotta come with it. That's no.
Yeah.
We already had
ladies, guess what? I will be in the speed dating class myself, so I'm gonna be speed dating. I'm Mary J. Blige. Like Mary J. Blige looking for love right now. Shout out to Mary J. Blige, man. I was looking to her husband. Oh man, that's one thing I forgot to add. That her husband is a punk ass bitch. That's the worst.
Wait, what did he do?
Ask for money.
Oh yeah, he did. I'm like, seriously, nigga, you better go out there and work.
That's the worst shit I ever heard. Like,
no,
That's a whole nother level of cheating. He was taking his side chick on jet flights and trips with her money.
You asking for more money to sit there and mess with a side girl.
You can't get a job
That's
no
enough
more.
for me to sit there and cut you like
Nah, he don't.
cut
He
you.
don't. Fuck
Now
that
that's some stupid cheating, y'all. Now I ain't talking about that cheating. That's stupid cheating, y'all.
and everybody blackballed. Mary J. Blige, you know everybody. Nobody about to work
But
with you.
he deserved to be blackballed.
Yeah, nobody about to work with you. Yeah, dummy. I'm right outside Mary J. God, you crazy.
Right. That's exactly
What's the 411? I'm holding on Mary J all day.
Day in his life.
She
How
gonna put
about
out some
that?
good albums though. She gonna put out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
More, you know, she be
Yeah.
she be getting it.
Heartbreak album.
Them heartbreak albums, yeah. She about to do a hit record.
I'm excited for the music.
So of course, y'all, we haven't got into y'all personal life. You know, I know y'all got y'all business going, but we always dig deep. This is Talk to Me podcast. We explicit. We go deep down and dirty.
I got nothing to hide.
I know you don't have that. So of course, we can start with the lady first. You say you're single, right?
Yes.
So what's going on in your day life? What's up? What you looking for? What's out there that you can't find? Is a preference that you're looking for?
What's out there that you can't find?
Yeah.
I like that one.
You like that
Yeah.
one? Catch it, huh?
He says catchy. Single. I guess I've ever since graduated high school, I didn't even want to like date in high school because I was just like, you can't pay my bills, so we're just not doing that. But after that, I've always been like entrepreneurship pushing. Like I wanted to be an artist in the beginning, so I'm like, I can't do all of that and at the same time, so let me focus on me. And then I've had little situationships because sometimes you want to.
Yeah.
You get a little lonely.
But I got to a certain point in my life where I'm like, I don't need a situationship. If you're not adding, then you're subtracting.
Right.
And
I like that.
at the same time, no, actually, I can just leave it like that. So, if you're, and men are very, I'm not going to say it. I could.
I need to know so I can know if you're not talking about me.
You're not talking about me. Men are, okay, I keep on saying men. Some men, most men that I've met, they don't want the real thing. They say they do. I want something real, but they don't want something.
That's so true.
They run into something real and they
get it,
run.
they like,
Fuck it up on
We're not talking about you. Because he over there giving us the iron.
Oh, Demetrius, what you say?
We do want something real. We want somebody that's going to help us build an empire. That's what we're looking for.
No, then when you get it, it's just too much for you. Because
We're looking for assets. We're looking for assets, not liabilities. That's what.
not all men.
I think men and women need to understand.
They say that's what they want.
If you are considering getting into a relationship, you got to consider whether or not your partner is an asset or a liability.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Are they going to help you become better? Are they going to help you? Or are they going to pull you back and cause stress and pain? And that's really all you got to do.
That's so true.
He just said it all. That's it. That's
the stress thing, though, with men. This isn't maybe
shit. Stress.
Hit a nerve there. So with men, what do you call stress? What is stress to you?
I mean, if you distract,
because you want somebody to help you build an empire,
right?
So that means in order for her to push you, she has to make you uncomfortable.
She does have to stress you,
and in order to make you uncomfortable,
it has to be constructive, though.
Okay.
So now if it's making me unproductive, I run 4 businesses right now, in addition to being a DJ and in addition to running for office right now.
Okay.
So I can't have somebody that's nagging me. You ain't spending enough time with me. You ain't spending enough time with me. Oh, we need to be at State 48. We need to be doing this, and everybody over there is doing that. How come we not doing that?
Well, you need to make time for that too.
He just. I ain't gotta say nothing. He just said it.
No.
I had to dance for that.
No. You gotta make time for that too. The president, listen, hold on. The president wasn't that. He was busy, but he sure made time for his wife to take her out on dates and made time.
That's so Bible. That's so Bible.
You talking about?
That's anybody.
Jared, that don't even compare to
the president is more busy than you, and you.
Yeah, but
you know what you said?
He made time.
Listen to what you said, though. Listen to what you said. Let's get this straight. For me, I'm nowhere near the president. You dating the president? The wife is the president.
We're talking about being busy.
I know, but the president is different. She understands he's running the fucking world. I'm running a podcast. Think about that. He's running the world. The fucked up world that we live in. The point is she can understand if he's busy. Baby, I can't fuck you tonight. I gotta worry about this wall blowing up the whole fucking Taliban. That's different. I'm running a podcast and he's running the fucking world. But you know what I'm saying? I know he's making time, but think about it. He's running the world. Yes, he's making the world a better place, right?
But by you, woman nagging, he used the word.
She's not gonna nag. Women do nag people.
Hey,
women do nag, like literally nag.
It's constructive. As long as it's constructive.
And I think all women nag. I think women nag because they care.
That's true.
Can I say something?
And I think that's true, but it puts pressure on you because you're trying to do something to benefit your life.
But you also need to acknowledge how that woman is feeling and make time for that woman.
That's true. Listen, I get this literally now. And it's not that I don't care, it's that I got my kids, I got my school, I got work, I got my podcast, and at the end of the day, I want to be beneficial to me, because if I'm not right, I can't make her right.
Right.
So I want to get right first. That's why I got a woman.
That's why. Exactly.
There we
That's
go.
Why you don't need
there
no
we go.
woman.
I was about to say that. Like, I feel like a lot of men that say, I want something real
first.
or whatever it is, they go for women that are outside of their league. Completely.
Yes.
They're not ready for a queen yet. They don't have their stuff together. They say, oh, I want somebody to build with. But what do you have? There's no foundation to build on.
And two, you have to understand that, see, when a woman is a queen and she is like worthy of something, she usually, like, if she prematurely gets into a relationship, she starts to feel like she's, like that man really doesn't understand that she's what she is.
And then like she starts losing her sense of value.
Exactly.
Trying to be like,
because you're trying to really see her as a queen because he can't really uphold her to that.
He doesn't see himself as a king.
Right.
So he can't see her as a queen. So that's just like knowing your value and knowing that maybe it's just not your time to get in a relationship.
Yeah.
With men too. Don't approach women.
Some women be adamant and want that nigga.
It's like okay,
you see what I'm saying? So they want you. They're gonna wait. They got some people, you don't know people. So they got some chicks sitting in the back of the bus waiting for that nigga to develop as a person. After he developed, they mold him, and then they like, I'm not letting him go. That's me. Some women see potential in a guy before you even see potential in yourself.
Yeah.
All women see potential in a guy.
So that's why sometimes we do fall by the wayside, because some people do not reach their potential, but we see it in them. We just hold on to a situationship.
And then that's when we start nagging because we see that potential.
To the situationship, and
it's patience.
Go nowhere.
Because you can be dealing with a guy.
How patient do you need to be though?
All I'm saying.
What? I'm being honest. I had a situation where it was 2 years of patience, and I kept on with the potential. Like
that means 2 years is a long time. That's a long time.
No, after that, like I ain't doing that. It's just like
I don't need 2 years.
See, that's why I think I like to talk to my women when it comes to men. See, if he got you waiting for 2 years, move your ass.
That's too long.
Around.
Yeah, 2 years too long. I'm a voucher.
2 years is too long. This nigga know if he want to talk to you within the first 6 months, within the first 3 months. Honestly,
no, it's not even like
if he really like you or not.
No, it's not even that. What I mean by potential is like you're trying to get your life together.
Whoever get
Jahara hard on these niggas, man. Jahara is hard on you niggas, man.
Boy.
I'm just gonna be in the background like this, man. I hate to meet you, nigga.
No.
The girl said within a couple of days.
No, what I'm saying is,
if he wants you in a couple of,
I think y'all misconstrued me completely.
What you mean?
I'm not saying know him, but I mean, you know if that's something that you want to continue or you just want to have sex with him, you know where you want to take it.
Sometimes, but sometimes no.
I do. I can look at your face, your Instagram thing, and be like, I don't want to deal with him. All of them in my DMs, I go straight to your.
But honestly, too, but didn't I tell you about that? Okay, so y'all, I am y'all know me, my personality. I'm very explicit. I don't cut corners with my mouth. My mouth is potty a little bit, whatever. And I met this dude, I bartend, so I was bartending at night, met this dude. We were sitting there, talking or whatever. nice man, just in a suit. We just talking, and I told him, I was like, he said, "Oh, what do you do?" I said, "I do a podcast, and I'm an esthetician." And we were talking, chopping it up. He was like, "Oh yeah, I have a podcast as well." I said, "Okay," so we exchanged information, and he was like, "I'm gonna listen to your podcast tonight." I said, "I don't want you to listen to my podcast because I'm probably gonna run you away." But I'm starting to see now that I'm dating and I'm doing this podcast, the first thing that men do is go look up Talk to Me podcast show, because they have to hear what I'm talking about, because they feel like once they hear what I'm talking about, then they know me, which is honestly not true. Like, I mean, here I'm very real, and I am real with the people that I date too. But you're not gonna find out what the hell I am by seeing my damn podcast. Listen to my podcast.
But they can listen to your opinions and how you think.
Right, just like me going to Instagram. Like, my Instagram to me does not show everything that I am. So if someone went to my Instagram, they're just basically liking me off of what they see. It's what I show you. I don't have to show the world everything of me. I have to keep some things to myself.
But how you want to present yourself in public is very important, and
that's why I say on Instagram, like, right. That's a representation of you,
and that's what you chose to represent.
Right? That's what you chose to post, because that's gonna stay up there forever.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, y'all misconstrued me. No, potential wasn't like, oh, are we going to date? Potential was, oh, are you going to get to where you say you were going to go, as far as like what you want to do with your life. That's what I meant, as far as like waiting 2 years. Okay, when I met him, he didn't really have like his car situation together, and he didn't really have like, but we were like hella young, so he didn't have his car situation together, and he was still, I'm 25. So this was a little bit ago. No, I won't be, no. But so it's like, okay, I get it. We're all young. I'm going to give you a little bit. Yeah. And then I gave it a little bit, and it's just like, why you still doing the same thing, but you in a different environment? Now you have no excuses. I got to go. So it's just that potential thing. Like, women see that, oh, I see greatness in this man. I'm going to work with you. I'm going to stay with you. We like to take care of things.
Exactly. My advice, though, honestly, in your 20s, I don't even think anybody should really date seriously in your 20s.
Right.
All of your 20s?
The reason I say this is because most people don't even know yourself.
Right. So, I'm just wanting to start to date, and I'm in my late 20s.
Right. You don't really know yourself until you hit your 30s, your early to mid 30s, and then you start figuring things out about yourself. Like, okay, this is how much communication I need. This is how much attention.
So let's talk about it, though. You said don't take. Oh, am I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh. Let's not take anything serious until we're in our 30s.
I mean, you can date, be in relationships, but
don't take it serious, because you don't know yourself until you're about 30.
I'm telling you, you don't fully know yourself. And
you don't fully know yourself when you're
in your 20s, you think you know everything. I can tell you from
I take that, because some people that's in their late 30s or 40s and still trying to figure it out,
and they still don't know themselves.
Some people that
where they want to go and what they want to do.
You'll never know yourself. You will always change until the time you die.
You should always be trying to improve yourself. You should always be trying to get new wisdom and information, and learn what's going to make you a better person. But I'll say this: I turned 36 on Monday, right? Okay. And realistically, I didn't really know what I needed in life until I was 33. For real.
Right.
And that played a big factor in my previous relationships. I wasn't able to be the best partner in those relationships because I didn't realize what was affecting me just from childhood and different insecurities and issues that I had myself that I wasn't even aware of, that I needed to work out until I messed up in all my relationships.
I mean, that's understood.
I truly get what you're saying.
But
This is episode 43, y'all. Talk to Me podcast. We have our beauty of the tip of the week. We're almost finished for today, so we have to do our beauty tip of the week before we round up, y'all. So we have expiration dates. This week we're talking about expiration dates on beauty products. Our women always use beauty products. We keep our beauty products in our caboose. Some of us, we don't even really know when the last time our mascara was changed or when our foundation was changed. And there is expiration dates on different things, y'all. So this is the beauty tip of the week. If you want to follow me at Baptiste Aesthetics, ESTHETICS. Baptiste Aesthetics, BAPTISTEESTHETICS. So, okay, you are supposed to change these things every 2 to 3 months. Your mascara, your face peels and masks, your acne pads, your nail file, and your loofah needs to be changed every 2 to 3 months.
That loofah serious.
Your 6 months to a year is your liquid eyeliner, your liquid foundation, your concealer, your acne creams, your eye creams, your face wash, and your serums. Those need to be changed 6 months to a year. A year to a year and a half, you need to change your lip gloss, your cream eyeshadows, your face creams, your sunscreens, your bar soap, your shower gel, and your eyebrow gel. In 2 years, your lip eye and eye pencils last, your lipstick last, your nail polish last, your powdered eyeshadow last, your powdered foundation last, and your body lotions and scrubs last. These are 2 years. In 3 years, if you do have shampoo, and I don't know who keeps shampoo and conditioner for 3 years, but 3 years, shampoo and conditioner, your body lotions, if it's in a pump, perfume and cologne. For men, cologne you can keep it for 3 years, and hairspray is kept for 3 years. If you do use these things after the time allotted for them, these are things that causes breakouts, causes hyperpigmentation of your skin, causes just your skin to discolor and like hyperpigmentation. Your sunscreen will not work. Your moisturizers will not work. So you're just putting on lotion and you have to put on lotion again. It's because all of the active ingredients in it have expired. So you definitely need to start being mindful of the beauty products that you have, and men as well. Your shaving creams, all of those things, they last within a year. You need to think about all of those things until you start shaving. That's the reason why you may have ingrown hairs or pimples or bumps, is because you may need to change your razor and you may need to change your shaving cream. This is very essential to beauty products, you all, because you can be using the beauty products, but they can also be causing your breakouts because they're expired. So that is my beauty tip of the week. Follow me at Baptiste Aesthetics, BAPTISTEESTH. Yo, why can't I spell aesthetics, y'all? ESTHETICS. Baptiste Aesthetics. That's
good. This is Talk to Me Podcast. This is episode 43. Again, we appreciate you. Booty by Lola. Demetrius Walker coming on. Appreciate y'all coming through and spread the love.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm happy to be here, and I look forward to coming back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when you cross another milestone, we want you to come on. Definitely. Same for you. When you cross another milestone, we appreciate you coming on.
Thanks, Lola.
Appreciate it.
Again, y'all can subscribe to YouTube, Talk to Me Podcast. Be on iTunes, Talk to Me Podcast Show, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat is Talk to Me Podcast. Everything is Talk to Me Podcast. I'm trying to make sure everything get branded. So shout out to KC, shout out to Tanasia. People y'all see around the clock. Jahara, Brittany.
Jahari's Instagram is
JBody504.
Chris's Instagram is
Everybody Hates Chris81.
And mine is New Year's Pretty. That's our personal Instagrams.
And of course, that's how you can find us if y'all looking for us. We'll be tuned back in Monday at the Alley Cat, 3718. I don't even know who our feature guest is Monday. Who we got Monday? Who's coming on
Monday? Who have Monday, Tanasia? Who we have Monday? Carl Moore. Oh yeah, Carl Moore.
Attorney for Turkey Hut, Prospect Park.
All businesses.
All businesses. So we'll have him on. Who? Yeah, he's a lawyer. He's one of our top black Houston lawyers. He does most of your legal. Yeah, he does most of your legal businesses for your different black business, back owned businesses in Houston. So that's good. So if y'all not doing the MLK Day, y'all can come get y'all a nice steak. It's $4 crowns, right?
And I'm telling you, the steak is bomb. My favorite is the mashed potatoes, the loaded mashed potatoes. so good. Well, y'all gonna come to Alacant.
She was sleeping on that steak.
It's definitely good. So,
It's so good.
Again, I appreciate y'all following us. And one thing y'all need to know, Talk to Me Podcast, we taking our baby steps, and I think we crossed a few milestones so far.
Right.
And it's getting better and better. So if y'all not doing nothing, y'all follow us. And
we did have our radio interview yesterday. That was a success.
Shout out to Amanda Sapp.
Amanda Sapp, yes. We're going to have her on the show soon, too.
So again, thank y'all for tuning in. God bless. Good night.
Peace.
Peace out.